Trade agreements have long shaped the global economy, influencing how countries interact, exchange goods, and foster economic growth. As we look toward the future, understanding the evolving landscape of these agreements becomes crucial. In this video, we'll explore the major trends that are set to redefine international trade, from technological advancements to shifting political priorities. We'll start by examining the basics of trade agreements and their significance, setting the stage for a deeper dive into the changes ahead. Join us as we uncover what the future holds for trade agreements and why these developments matter for businesses, governments, and individuals worldwide. Globalization has been a driving force behind trade agreements for decades. However, recent years have seen a shift in how countries approach global integration. While some nations continue to push for open markets, others are reconsidering their positions, focusing more on regional partnerships and local interests. This changing face of globalization is leading to new forms of trade agreements that prioritize flexibility and adaptability. As we move forward, expect to see more nuanced arrangements that balance global ambitions with domestic concerns, reflecting the complex realities of today's interconnected world. One of the most prominent trends is the rise of regional trade blocs. Organizations like the European Union, ASEAN, and the African Continental Free Trade Area are gaining influence, creating stronger economic ties within their regions. These blocs offer member countries greater bargaining power and more tailored agreements, often addressing specific regional needs. As global trade becomes more fragmented, regional blocs are likely to play an even bigger role in shaping the future of trade agreements, providing stability and fostering cooperation among neighboring nations. Technology is transforming the way trade agreements are negotiated and enforced. Digital platforms, blockchain, and artificial intelligence are streamlining processes, making it easier to track compliance and resolve disputes. These innovations also enable new types of agreements, such as digital trade pacts, which address issues like data flows and cybersecurity. As technology continues to advance, expect trade agreements to become more efficient, transparent, and responsive to the needs of a digital economy. Digital trade agreements are emerging as a key trend, reflecting the growing importance of online commerce and data exchange. These agreements focus on issues such as cross-border data flows, intellectual property protection, and digital services. By addressing the unique challenges of the digital economy, these pacts help countries stay competitive and foster innovation. As more businesses move online, digital trade agreements will become increasingly central to international economic policy. Sustainability is becoming a core element of modern trade agreements. Environmental standards, labor rights, and social responsibility are increasingly included in negotiations, reflecting global concerns about climate change and ethical business practices. These provisions encourage countries and companies to adopt greener technologies and fair labor practices, ensuring that trade supports long-term development. As sustainability gains prominence, expect future agreements to place greater emphasis on protecting the planet and promoting social equity. Political changes are reshaping the landscape of trade agreements. Shifts in leadership, policy priorities, and public opinion can influence how countries approach negotiations. Protectionism, nationalism, and geopolitical tensions are prompting some nations to reconsider their commitments, leading to renegotiations or even withdrawals from existing agreements. As political dynamics evolve, trade agreements must adapt to new realities, balancing economic interests with national security and sovereignty. Security concerns are increasingly influencing trade agreements. Issues such as supply chain resilience, cybersecurity, and critical infrastructure protection are now part of negotiations. Countries are seeking to safeguard their economies from external threats, ensuring that trade does not compromise national interests. As security becomes a top priority, expect future agreements to include more robust provisions for risk management and crisis response. Resolving trade disputes efficiently is essential for maintaining trust and stability. Modern agreements are incorporating advanced dispute resolution mechanisms, including arbitration panels and digital platforms for tracking compliance. These systems help prevent conflicts from escalating and ensure that all parties adhere to agreed terms. As trade becomes more complex, robust dispute mechanisms will be vital for sustaining cooperation and minimizing disruption. E-commerce is reshaping the global trade landscape, prompting new agreements that address online sales, digital payments, and consumer protection. These pacts help businesses access new markets and ensure fair competition. As e-commerce continues to grow, expect trade agreements to evolve, supporting innovation and safeguarding consumer interests in the digital age. Intellectual property rights are becoming a central issue in trade agreements. Protecting patents, copyrights, and trademarks is vital for fostering innovation and ensuring fair competition. Modern agreements include detailed provisions for IP enforcement, helping countries and companies safeguard their creative assets. As technology advances, expect intellectual property to remain a key focus in future trade negotiations. Data privacy is increasingly important in trade agreements, especially as digital commerce expands. Countries are negotiating rules for cross-border data flows, ensuring that personal information is protected. These provisions help build trust and support the growth of digital markets. As privacy concerns rise, expect future agreements to include stronger data protection measures. Recent disruptions have highlighted the importance of resilient supply chains. Trade agreements are now focusing on strategies to strengthen supply networks, including diversification and risk management. These measures help countries and companies respond to crises and maintain stability. As supply chain resilience becomes a priority, expect future agreements to address vulnerabilities and promote robust solutions. Labor standards are increasingly included in trade agreements, reflecting concerns about worker rights and fair wages. These provisions help ensure that trade supports ethical practices and social development. By promoting fair labor conditions, agreements contribute to sustainable growth and reduce exploitation. As labor standards gain importance, expect future trade pacts to include more comprehensive protections for workers. Environmental protection is becoming a key component of trade agreements. Countries are negotiating standards for emissions, resource management, and sustainable practices. These provisions help address global challenges like climate change and promote responsible business conduct. As environmental concerns grow, expect future agreements to include stronger commitments to sustainability. Tariffs remain a fundamental aspect of trade agreements, but their role is evolving. Countries are negotiating new tariff structures to address changing economic conditions and protect domestic industries. These adjustments help balance market access with national interests, ensuring that trade remains fair and competitive. As economies shift, expect tariff provisions to become more flexible and responsive. On-tariff barriers such as regulations and standards are gaining prominence in trade agreements. These measures can impact market access and competition, requiring careful negotiation. Modern agreements address issues like product safety labeling and certification, helping countries harmonize standards and reduce friction. As non-tariff barriers become more significant, expect future trade pacts to focus on regulatory alignment. Trade facilitation is a growing focus, aiming to simplify customs procedures and reduce delays. Agreements include provisions for digital documentation, streamlined inspections, and efficient logistics. These measures help businesses move goods faster and lower costs, supporting economic growth. As trade facilitation becomes more important, expect future agreements to prioritize efficiency and transparency. Investment is closely linked to trade, and modern agreements include provisions to protect investors and encourage cross-border capital flows. These measures help attract foreign investment and support economic development. By ensuring fair treatment and dispute resolution, agreements create a stable environment for business growth. As investment becomes more central, expect future trade pacts to include robust protections and incentives. Trade and services is expanding, with agreements covering sectors like finance, healthcare, and education. These pacts help countries access new markets and foster innovation. By addressing regulatory barriers and promoting fair competition, agreements support the growth of service industries. As services become more important, expect future trade agreements to focus on facilitating cross-border exchanges. Emerging markets are playing a bigger role in trade agreements, bringing new perspectives and opportunities. These countries are negotiating terms that support their development goals and integrate them into the global economy. By fostering cooperation and addressing unique challenges, agreements help emerging markets grow and contribute to global prosperity. As their influence rises, expect future trade pacts to reflect diverse interests and priorities. Innovation is driving changes in trade agreements, with countries seeking to support new technologies and business models. Provisions for research and development, intellectual property, and technology transfer help foster creativity and competitiveness. By encouraging innovation, agreements support economic growth and ensure that countries stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. Consumer protection is gaining importance in trade agreements, reflecting concerns about product safety and fair practices. Provisions for labeling, quality standards, and dispute resolution help safeguard consumer interests. By promoting transparency and accountability, agreements build trust and support market growth. As consumer protection becomes more central, expect future trade pacts to include stronger safeguards. Health issues are increasingly addressed in trade agreements, especially after recent global events. Provisions for medical supplies, pharmaceuticals, and healthcare services help countries respond to crises and support public health. By promoting cooperation and ensuring access to essential goods, agreements contribute to global well-being. As health concerns grow, expect future trade pacts to include more comprehensive health-related provisions. Education is becoming a focus in trade agreements, supporting the exchange of knowledge and skills. Provisions for student mobility, academic cooperation, and recognition of qualifications help countries build human capital and foster innovation. By promoting educational exchanges, agreements support long-term development and global competitiveness. As education gains importance, expect future trade pacts to include more robust provision. Cultural exchange is increasingly included in trade agreements, reflecting the importance of diversity and mutual understanding. Provisions for creative industries, media, and heritage protection help countries share their cultures and foster cooperation. By promoting cultural exchange, agreements support social development and enrich global interactions. As culture becomes more central, expect future trade pacts to include stronger cultural provision. Technology transfer is a key focus in modern trade agreements, helping countries access new innovations and build capacity. Provisions for licensing, joint ventures, and training support the spread of technology and foster economic growth. By encouraging technology transfer, agreements help countries stay competitive and address development challenges. As technology advances, expect future trade pacts to prioritize knowledge sharing. Infrastructure development is increasingly included in trade agreements, supporting transportation, energy, and communication networks. Provisions for investment, cooperation, and standards help countries build modern infrastructure and support economic growth. By promoting infrastructure development, agreements create opportunities for businesses and improve quality of life. As infrastructure gains importance, expect future trade pacts to include more comprehensive provision. Social issues are becoming a focus in trade agreements, reflecting concerns about equality, inclusion, and human rights. Provisions for gender equality, minority rights, and social protection help countries address challenges and promote fair development. By including social issues, agreements support inclusive growth and foster cooperation. As social concerns rise, expect future trade pacts to include stronger social provision. Future of trade agreements is shaped by a complex mix of technological, political, and social trends. As countries adapt to new challenges and opportunities, agreements will become more flexible, inclusive, and innovative. By addressing issues like sustainability, digital commerce, and social equity, trade pacts will support global prosperity and foster cooperation. As we move forward, staying informed about these trends will be essential for businesses, governments, and individuals alike. The evolving landscape of trade agreements promises exciting possibilities and new ways to connect across borders.